Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. My name is Liaquat. If you guys are not familiar with my channel, please check out the videos. Roots of Knowledge is the channel's name. This series is dedicated to helping those of you guys who are doing advanced Arabic to kind of get yourselves familiar with how to translate Arabic. So this is a text. It's called Nadarat by an author called Manflooti. Right, so let's continue with this then. So he says, أيها السجين. Let's read the text first. So أيها السجين كتبت إلي مسح الله ما بك وألهمك صواب الرأي في حاليك تشكو من جناية الصدق عليك ما وقف بك موقف الشك في أمره وكاد يزلق بك إلى الاعتقاد أنه رذيلة الرذائل لا فضيلة الفضائل وما كان لك أن تجعل لليأس هذا السبيل أو السبيل إلى نفسك وأن يبلغ بك الجزع من نكبات العيش وضربات الأيام مبلغا يذهب برشدك ويطير بلبك. Right, so he says أيها السجين. So أيها, so this أيها is when you address someone and you kind of like want to use like this kind of word where you're kind of calling them. Normally you have ya before it, just like in the Quran. Ya أيها, ya أيها الإنسان. Right, so it's like a addressing title that you use in the beginning when you're calling someone. And it doesn't really have a specific meaning itself, but you can translate it as in English. You say "oh," with the apostrophe. Oh, as-sajeen. Sajeen is basically a prisoner. So a sajeen is a prisoner, and sijin is a prison, and then masjoon is also a prisoner, and then sajjan is like the prison guard. Sajjana yasjanu. Okay, katabta. So it means to write. I should know what that means. Ilayya, to me. Masaha Allahu. Now masaha literally means to wipe. Right, so masah means wipe, mamsuh, just like in the Quran. If you know where it is, put it in the comments below. Ma bika. Ma bika. Ma bika means what is with you. So ma bika, like in Arabic you say ma bika, meaning what you're going through, what's happening with you. Yeah, so I say, for example, like Ana a'rifu ma bika. I know what's happening with you. I know what's going on. What's with you? And in fact, you can even ask it as a question as well. You can say, Ma bika ya akhi? Ma bika? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? What's happening with you? Wa alhama. Alhama, it means to inspire, to send some sort of inspiration. Inspire. Sawab al-ra'i. Sawab al-ra'i. Okay, 1 second. Let's just turn this up a bit. So sawab al-ra'i. Sawab basically means like correct opinion. Okay, so sawab al-ra'i. Just don't know why this has moved out of place. It's back there. Okay. All right. So sawab al-ra'i. So he says sawab means correct. Yeah, so now this is not thawab. Don't get the two confused. Okay, thawab means reward. So some people pronounce thawab with a sawab. No, that's reward. And sawab with a sad, it means correct, the opposite of mistake. Ra'i is opinion. Yeah. Fi halayka. Halayka is actually dual times 2 of hal. Yeah, and this means your two states, or your two conditions. Okay, show the color. Tashku, shaka, yashku, which means to complain. Shaka, yashku. This word has come before as well. To complain, to put in a complaint. Shikaya. And if you know in the Quran where this word is, then you can also put it in the comments below. Min jinayati as-sidq. So jinaya, it means the crime, the offense. Yeah, the offense or the crime. Sidq, obviously you know what that means. Alayka. عليك means on you, or against you rather. So here, against is better. Right, so you say in English, it's against you. Right, so for example, هذا الشخص فعل هذا عليك. وهذا الشخص دعا عليك. This guy made a dua against you. Yeah. ما وقف. ما وقف. وقف يقف, to stand. And then ما وقف موقف. Now this ما is actually translated as so long as. So تشكو من جنازة ما وقف بك. So or the duration, so long as, or duration, for the duration. موقف is from the word وقف, which means place of standing. So location of standing, standing situation, location, whatever you want to say. Shak is doubt. Okay, في أمره, regarding its matter. Right, so let's break this down for all of us now. So أيها السجين, أيها السجين. So remember, he's replying the guy in prison who beat up that fake poet. So this is the response to his letter now. So it's أيها السجين, O prisoner. كتبت إلي, you wrote to me. So إلي, to me. Right, so again, if you want to use the sentence and you want to say, so for example, something like كتب إلي المعلم, the teacher wrote to me. كتب إلي. مسح الله ما بك, may Allah wipe. So although past tense is used over here, which literally translates as Allah wiped ما بك, what is with you, the problem you have. But it's actually a dua. So when you translate it, you're going to say مسح الله ما بك, may Allah wipe away what you're going through. وألهمك, again, same word. ألهم is to inspire. So this is also considered to be a dua. So you would say ألهم, may he inspire ka, you, صواب الرأي, the correct opinion, the correct idea or decision. في حاليك, in both of your states. Yeah. So في حاليك, in both of your states, meaning in all the states that you're in, the two situations that you're in good and in bad as well. Yeah, so in good, in the two situations. حاليني, originally it was حاليني, حاليك. So this guy, like, remember, he has two kind of like, he was confused previously. We said that he was a bit confused about what to do. That should he like support truthfulness? Should he be truthful? And even if it means suffering the bitterness of the response that he gets, or should he kind of like go against it and not be truthful? He says, Tashku, you are complaining. You are complaining min jinayat al-sidq. You're complaining from or regarding jinaya, the offense, the crime of truthfulness against you. It's like truthfulness is given a body. You're personifying truthfulness, and you're saying, it's like you're complaining about the crime that truthfulness has done. Truthfulness came in the form of a person and it's committed a crime against you. Jinaya alik. So in courts, when, for example, if a person's abused someone or hit them, you say, Fulan jana ala fulan. So-and-so has committed an offense against so-and-so. ما وقف بك موقف الشك في أمره. ما وقف بك. So you're complaining of the jinaya of truth against you, ما وقف, for the duration of it, or so long as it stands with you, موقف الشك, in the position, in the standing position, the location of doubt, في أمره, regarding its matter. So what did this actually then really mean? So he's saying basically that you are in doubt of whether or not you should actually be truthful because of what you've suffered in the past. So your complaint is basically saying that every time I stand up for the truth, every time I speak the truth, you've kind of like suffered something. So ما وقف بك موقف الشك في أمره. So now you're in doubt, you are. So you're standing, so truth is standing with you. Yeah, وقف بك موقف الشك, in the position of doubt. في أمره, regarding its matter. Like you're not sure whether truth is a good thing or a bad thing. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Next, then he says, وَكَادَ, كَادَ means almost. almost. You know, say about to, almost. وكاد, almost. يزلق, زلق يزلق, to slip. Yeah, or to make someone trip. Bika, with you. So in other words, kada yazliqu bika, it almost made you slide and slip, fall down. Ila al-i'tiqad, to belief, to believing, belief. Annahu radhilatun min al-radha'il, that this is considered to be a radhila. So radhila is the opposite of fadila. Yeah, so it's like a something which is a like contemptible, or something which is considered to be like a really bad thing. Yeah, so radhila min al-radha'il. I'm just trying to think, what would the best translation for radhila be? Something which is like a vile characteristic, maybe, I don't know, maybe something despicable. Yeah, so let's put the word vile. A vile characteristic. A vile characteristic of the many vile characteristics. So you've kada yazlaqu bika. So truth almost made you slip to a belief, annahu, that it, i.e. truth, is a vile characteristic from the many vile characteristics out there. So there's lots of vile characteristics out there. One of them is truthfulness. La fadila min al-fadail, not a virtue from the virtues. Okay. وَمَا كَانَ لَكَ أَن تَجْعَلْ. مَا كَانَ, when you say مَا كَانَ, it actually translates as, it doesn't befit, it's not right. When something is not right, you say مَا كَانَ. لَكَ أَن تَجْعَلْ, مَا كَانَ لَكَ أَن تَجْعَلْ لِلْيَأْسِ. So it does not befit for you to make ya's. Ya's is hopelessness, despair. Yeah, so despair, hopelessness. هذا السبيل, sabil is a path. Yeah, so like a access point. You can say access point, path. إلى نفسك, to yourself, to your mind. Yeah, so nafs here would be translated as mind. So let's have a look at this. So he says, وَكَادَ يَزْلَقُ بِكَ. So truth almost made you slip. Made slip with you, meaning made you slip to the belief, أنه, that truthfulness is actually considered to be a radhila of the radha'il. La fadila, not a virtue of the virtues. So you were almost about to fall into the trap that truth is a bad thing, it's not a good thing. وَمَا كَانَ لَكَ أَن تَجْعَلْ, and it was not befitting for you, O prisoner, أَن تَجْعَلْ لِلْيَأْسِ, for you to make for despair, for hopelessness, هذا, this type of hopelessness, السبيل إلى نفسك, an access point, a path to get into your mind and heart. Right, you shouldn't have done that. Okay, next. وَأَن يَبْلُغَ, and to reach. So بَلَغَ يَبْلُغُ, it means to reach. بِكَ الْجَزَعْ, jaza means something which is considered to be like when you kind of become concerned, anxious, maybe even worried, you regret, or any sort of like those kind of like feelings, anguish that you feel. Basically, it's like utter sadness. Imagine it as utter sadness. Yeah, so يبلغ بك, so let's say anguish, worry, concern. Nakabat, this is a nice word. Nakabat is, it means something which is a disaster. Yeah, something which is a bad thing that happens, really, really bad, a problem, calamity. Aish means life, the life that you live. Wadarabat, darabat is like the striking, you know, when you say like you're going through hardships in life, you've been hit in life, the hits of the days. So the days over here, although in Arabic they use days for a 24-hour thing, but it actually ayyam, darabat al-ayyam is actually referring to days in the sense of it's something which is considered to be like times, era, hardships. So Arabs say these are ayyam, these are, you know, tilka al-ayyamu nudawiluha. Those are the times that revolve between one side of the battle and the other side of the battle. Mablagan, limit. Right, so mablag is like a limit. And if you guys have any ideas of what would be a better translation, please do put it in the comments, because I benefit from your attempts as well. يذهب, so يذهب means to go, but when you have after يذهب ba, then it actually has the meaning to take away. Yeah, so this is like a very important point to keep in mind. Rushd means sense of understanding, yeah, intellect. Yeah, so intellect, sense of intellect, rushd. وَيَطِيرُ طَارَ يَطِيرُ, it means to fly. طَارَ يَطِيرُ, to fly. بِلُبِّكَ, lub, so ba is harf jar. So طَارَ بِكَ, again, it's to make fly away. Lub is your mind, your senses, your intellect, again, your understanding. Just like in the Quran, ulul albab. You probably heard that word. Okay, so let's have a look at this then. وَأَنْ يَبْلُغْ بِكَ الْجَزَأ, that jaza reaches such a level من نكبات العيش, of the disasters of life, and darabat, the hitting, the strikes of the days, meaning the hardships that you're suffering. مبلغا, such a limit. يذهب برشدك, it takes away your intellect, your mind. ويطير بلبك, and it makes your mind fly away. Yeah, so it makes your heart or understanding, your judgment disappear. Okay, so let's have a look at this thing. All right, so that's basically this. Let's try to now go through this a bit. So أيها السجين, أيها السجين, oh prisoner, كتبت إلي. This is a nice sentence. This is أيها الأخي, أيها الطالب, أيها المعلم. Yeah. كتبت إلي, you wrote to me. Now, see, notice in between, you have this sentence over here, all the way from here, all the way up to here. This is what we call a جملة معترضة. Yeah, so this is جملة معترضة. This is basically where you kind of interject a sentence which is not related to the two things, but it's just like a side segue point that you want to make, like a dua. So you might want to write to your friend and say, يا أخي ألحمك الله رشد, هداك الله, أسأل الله تعالى أن يرزقك يعني مالا حلالا. So you might want to use this and try it in your WhatsApp messages when you're texting someone. Say, see what they say. So مسح الله ما بك, may Allah wipe away what you're going through. And ألهمك, may He inspire you the الصواب الرأي في حالك. Okay, تشكو جناية. Alright, so let's have a look at this one. تشكو جناية. So تشكو من جناية الصدق عليك. Yeah, so تشكو من جناية, you're complaining, you're going to a judge and you're complaining about the crime Sidq has done against you. So you might want to use this, say, for example, شكوت إلى الشرطة من جناية زيد على سيارتي, أو من جناية زيد على نفسي. Yeah. ما وقف بك موقف الشك في أمره. Yeah. ما وقف. You can translate ma also as that which has, and so long as the duration, that it has stood with you, ma waqafa bika, in the place of shak, meaning whenever you've attempted to apply sidq, truth, it's put you in a predicament, in a dilemma where you've actually been doubtful whether you should have used it or not. So ma waqafa bika, you might want to say, for example, like waqafa al-mujrim بزيد موقف الريبة أو موقف الشك. Okay, next. وكاد يزلق بك إلى الاعتقاد أنه رذيلة الرذائل ولا فضيلة الفضائل. This is a nice one as well. زلق, شيطان زلق بزيد الشيطان إلى الاعتقاد أن الإحسان إلى الآخرين رذيلة من الرذائل لا فضيلة من الفضائل. زلق الطالب بطالب آخر إلى الاعتقاد أن كثرة المطالعة رذيلة من الرذائل لا فضيلة من الفضائل. Again, you can experiment with different words and sentences and come up with your nice sentence. In this way, your mind will start to become accustomed to this structure. That's what we want to do in these lessons. And I don't know if you guys are actually attempting these, but seriously, just have a go at it. ما كان لك أن تجعل اليأس هذا السبيل إلى نفسك. This is a good, excellent one. I like this a lot. ما كان لك. It didn't befit you for you to make It doesn't befit for you to make a path for يأس to get to your nafs. Yeah. ما كان لك أن تجعل الغضب أن تجعل الغضب سبيل إلى نفسك. ما كان لك أن تجعل الظلم للظلم سبيل إلى نفسك. Right. Try to attempt to use different types of wording as well. Okay, next. So it says, وأن يبلغ بك الجزع من نكبات العيش وضربات الأيام مبلغا يذهب برشدك ويطير بلبك. This is again, it's a long sentence, but you can use parts of it. For instance, like let's say you want to say بلغ بزيد الجزع. بلغ بزيد الجزع مبلغا أمرضه. Yeah, مبلغا أمرضه. So بلغ بالمرأة الجزع مبلغا أن جعلتها تبكي أو جعلتها تبكي. So أن يبلغ بك الجزع, that جزع reaches, that جزع يبلغ بك الجزع, جزع makes you reach such a level of نكبات العيش, of the hardships of life and the strikings of the days, to such a limit, such a level that you lose your mind, you lose your senses of understanding. Right, so again, all of these things, the point is, I mean, I don't want to take too much time, but you can experiment with these. Write as much as you can in the comments below. And seriously, you will see a very big difference. Honestly, you're going to see a very big difference in your Arabic, and you're going to thank me for it. I mean, you're going to thank me anyway, inshallah, for making these videos, hopefully. But you're going to thank me for that, inshallah. All right, so let's have a go at some questions then. So what kind of questions can we come up with here? So for instance, like you might want to say, ما معنى, what does it mean, ما معنى مسح الله ما بك? What does it mean مسح الله ما بك? معنى مسح الله ما بك أن يذهب الله ما بك من المشاكل أو من المصائب. Okay, it's number 2. It's a bit difficult one. إلى من كان السجين يشكو. Who was, إلى من, to whom was the prisoner complaining? ماذا كان شكوته. ماذا كان شكوته. شكوته كان جناية الصدق عليه, ما وقف به موقف الشك في أمره. Okay, number 4. هل. No, هل questions are just yes or no, and don't use هل questions. So ما الفرق. It's a very difficult one. ما الفرق بين رذيلة وفضيلة. ما الفرق بين الرذيلة وفضيلة. So الرذيلة هي ما يشين به الإنسان أو ما يستقبحه الإنسان, والفضيلة ما يستحسنه الإنسان. That's a good one. Okay, here's a nice question, new kind of question now. ما رأيك في التمسك بالصدق. It's an open question for you guys now. Okay, try to answer in Arabic. ما رأيك في التمسك بالصدق. What's your opinion regarding holding fast to truthfulness? إلى أي مبلغ بلغ الجزع بالسجين. إلى أي مبلغ, to what extent, to what limit did the jaza, did the like distress and problems reach Zayd? Right, so بلغ المبلغ ذهب برشده وطار بلبه. Okay, right, that's it guys. So jazakumullah khair. I hope you guys enjoyed all of this. May Allah bless you and keep you guys happy as well. And if any of you guys have any questions or any sort, then please let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all my patrons who support my channel. May Allah bless you. If any of you guys want to become patrons and thinking about supporting a good cause, then please consider this channel to be a good cause as well, where your support, inshallah, will help me to make more videos like this. And the videos are accessible free of charge to everyone around the world, and you'll be getting, inshallah, reward as well. So Jazakumullah khair, thank you very much, and I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.